Yeah, not a fan of it. Taking my life in my hands. A little piece of bread. You know, you could use it as a weapon if you had to. It doesn't really taste good. Wow, this is really bad. You give this to your enemy. And we're here at this restaurant, Maslenitsa, and we're going to try some Russian food and see how good or bad it is.
Cranberry drink.
Well, we're trying morse, cranberry morse. We're going to see how good or bad it is. So here goes. Not bad. Not bad, better than I thought. I thought it'd be like really, really bad, but this is not bad. Yeah. Another thing people have in their home is this drink called Kompot, and it's fruit. It could be apples, it could be oranges, anything put in there, the peels and all that, and it just sits there. And maybe a little bit of sugar that gets in there, but it'd be like the equivalent of Kool-Aid in USA with a packet, and you just add water. But sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You just never know. It's like a crapshoot what you get. Usually at home, it's not as flavored, not as sweet. And in the restaurants, of course, they make sure it's better. So a little bit of the ice there. Okay. Well, first one we're going to try is Mimosa. So it's like a fish based in a little mayonnaise on top, and we'll see how good it is or bad. Yeah, not a fan of it. You know, and it's probably worse in the home. So what you get is probably a much more down version, but in the cafes it's much better. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
Speaking politely.
Out here, smetana, and this is like a horseradish. Okay. All right, let me get a spoon out here. Okay, now we're gonna try borscht. Okay, and it's I'm not a fan of it because I don't like onions and beets. But we're gonna try it here and see what it's like and give it a try. Put a little sour cream. This is sour cream in there. Taking my life in my hands.
Good luck.
Yes. All right, we're gonna try it. Not a fan of this either, but the flavor's not bad. I just know I'm not a beaten onion kind of guy, so
You just with pampushka.
yeah, with this bread.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little piece of bread. You could use it as a weapon if you had to. All right, well, here we go. We're gonna try this dish. It's buckwheat. It kind of take the place of rice or mashed potatoes in USA. In USA, we don't eat buckwheat at all. I've never had it in my whole life I'm there. So we're gonna try it and see what it's like. So I'm assuming it's plain. Yeah, it's very plain tasting. It doesn't really taste good and not bad. It's just there. I guess it's very filling. You would say it's very filling. This has a little sausage on it, cut up on it. But again, if you just want to get filled up, have some buckwheat. But for flavor, I'm not a fan. Okay, we're gonna try now draniki. Okay, it's potato, flour based mainly, shredded formed into a pancake and fried, and with sour cream. So we'll see how this rates. Nothing like this in USA. Again, it's very plain. It's not great tasting, but it's not terrible. It's just there, but it's filling. A lot of the food here is just. But if you're from here, you get used to it. But like from my point of view, you have a hard time with it. So called again?
Salo.
Salar.
Yeah.
Salar. Okay, this is a little side dish, a little extra video. This is salo. We're gonna try it and see. It smells a little bit like horseradish. Wow, this is really bad. You give this to your enemy, and maybe they get sick from it. But yeah, not a fan. It's like holodiets. Wow. Well, if you Google why Russian food is bad, AI comes back and says Russian cuisine gets a bad reputation primarily because it relies on simple, hearty, and preserved ingredients suited for long, harsh winters. And the modern palates, it can taste very bland or very sour, which I have that taste. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and yeah, it's not good at all. The stereotype is deeply rooted in the history and geography and the economic shifts they've had in the country. So it's the climate, the legacy of the Soviet Union, acquired taste, simple seasoning. It's very basic. You know, again, it fills you up, but it's not meant to taste good.
Is there any dish that you like?
Today, honestly, in general, I don't know. Maybe water. Yeah, this is cornbread. It's called, and it's a bread baked in traditionally in the south of the United States, from Virginia all the way down to Florida, maybe to Georgia. Florida's a mix of people from up north and everything. But it's really good. People have it either sweet tasting or plain tasting, no taste at all, but just a cornmeal. But yeah, very popular. Everyone always has a piece of cornbread with bread.
Yeah. Here we mainly eat bread from wheat.
From wheat, yep.
Do you miss cornbread?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you only get it in the South usually. Next time I go back, I'm going to bring some paquettes back, and we can mix it with water, or then just bake it in a dish in the oven.
Is there any Russian dish that you like?
You know, the thin pancake blini is not bad. It'd be comparable to our pancakes, but ours is thicker and fluffier. And the Russian version blini is very thin and no syrup to put on it. No, usually you put a lot of syrup on your pancake in USA, but that's something I would like. You know, the water is good. If you could buy bottled water, that's good. You know, you can't go wrong there. And you know, the beer's not bad. The beer's good, and you know, I think the coffee's good and the tea's good. You know,
so drinks are okay.
Drinks are okay. Yeah. And bread's not bad. Bread's actually not bad and really, really cheap. You get a loaf of bread for 20 cents, 25 cents.
You also mentioned chocolate, I remember.
Yeah, chocolate's good. Yeah, the chocolate is really good. You could buy a nice chocolate bar for 75 cents here, and the Russian chocolate's good too. Very good. All right, we're here at this next place called Uralsky posikunchiki. And we're going to try the posikunchiki native to this area, meat and flour baked together. We'll try it. Maybe it's going to be good, maybe not. Chances are it's not going to be good, but we'll try it anyways. Okay, well now we're going to try a posikunchiki, a dish native to the Ural Mountains in this city in particular. And this is vinegar mustard sauce. You pour into here for dipping, and you dip the posikunchiki in that. The sauce, I'm not sure how it's going to be. We'll see. Here goes the first one. It's a little hot, but you know, not bad really. Not like not like back home. We don't have a dish like this, but not bad. This is popular. People have it in their house. They make it. One thing interesting about Russia is its beer. It has typical beer like this. This is beer made in Russia, in a city not very far from here. But they have regular beer. Now there is some craft beer. Craft beer places are quite popular in USA, but here they have local breweries like we had 40, 50 years ago that made beer for men in that area. But the beer here is really good. It just doesn't get the credit that vodka drinking does, but it's actually really good tasting beer. So yeah, good. That's good beer. I like it.